Alex. Alex.
Oui, donc équipe 4, code APMAL, niveau universitaire, composé de Alex Van Den Heed, Geneviève Pellerin et Philippe Hamel. Je ferai la lecture des règlements, puis vous pourrez commencer votre présentation après la présentation des juges. Le temps commence dès que l'un de vous débute la présentation. La durée de la présentation doit se situer entre 15 et 20 minutes. Une pénalité d'1 point par 30 secondes manquantes vous sera imposée. Le décompte du temps vous sera indiqué à l'aide des cartons lorsqu'il restera 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute et 30 secondes. Le décompte des 10 dernières secondes sera effectué à l'aide de mes mains. La présentation sera alors terminée. Les juges auront droit à une période de questions d'une durée maximale de 5 minutes. J'invite maintenant les juges à se présenter.
Joseph, département de management.
Margaret Schumacher, département de management.
Oui, département de management.
Johnny Bogossian, département de
Good morning, everyone. So I had the dinner with my family last weekend, and I was at the liquor store with my dad, and we were trying to choose the right wine for that family dinner. So what did we look at? Taste, of course, values of the company, and reputation of the wine. So today, we know that you are a multi-generational company that have very strong reputation in the United States. And my team and I will explain you what we think we can do to focus on the reputation of the company and leave to your children an even stronger company. So our mandate today is to develop a long-term and short-term growth strategy to keep you positioned as the #1 imported wine company in the United States. The agenda, we're going to first talk about the stakeholders, then we're going to have a brief overview of the market wine analysis, and we're going to talk to you about the fermenting tank strategy that we think about. Then we will follow with my colleague, we will talk to you about the price strategies, and I will talk to you about the promotion and advertising strategies, your marketing strategies for the next 2 years. And we will finish with how we can implement that strategies and the calendar of the activities. And we will finish with the long-term perspectives.
So first of all, with the stakeholders, I devised both of the companies because both of them will have minor shareholders, but the main focus on both of them is the family. So we want to keep the values of each of them, and we want to cross them because the main part with the stakeholders is to cross the values of both of them and to implement a shared strategy and vision. So we've seen in the case and in the past years that you are following through a long-term perspective for the implementation, and you want to be the leader in the importation wine table on the US market. So our strategy today will be focused, like my policy, will be focused on that. And like you said, you want to beat the actual record of 26 years. So our strategy will be focused, and we want a shared vision, and we want both of the companies to be to accept the strategy that we will follow, and both of them will be eased with the strategy as well.
So just a small analysis of the market. We just want to put the light on some important fact. As you know, there's 5 big markets in the USA. It's the low product value, the mid value, the high value, and the luxury value. We are right now, for some of your product, in the low base value product for your yellowtail product. What we want to show you is that this is the biggest share where you can play right now in the USA. The global market of the wine right now is always increasing, but some of the things are decreasing as the local table wine. Importation global wine and importation table wine are the one that have the biggest increase in the 10 past year. So you're playing in the right ground right now and in the right market segment also. We want to show you where some of your products that we have information about are is the situation right now. So you have the Shiraz Chardonnay as low value wine. You have the Caramar is mid value wine, and you have the Yellowtail, the one we're going to talk today. As you can see, the Caramar as the value segment is under what the customer is ready to pay for the product. You have the Yellowtail that it's okay where it's located, but we need to work on its positioning. We want to add value to the product. We will keep the exact same price, but we will work on the perception of your customer for this product. What we want to show you here is really simple. It's about the Yellowtail product. It's a product that is in growth right now. We want to add more share in your wallet. So what we suggest you to do is increase the distributor margin to reach some money to finance the marketing ad campaign. So we know that increasing distributor margin means decreasing your own margin, but it's for the same goal. You want to keep your market share right now as we are in the crisis of 2008, and you want to reach more customers. So with that money that you will give to your distributor, the person in charge of your marketing campaign, you will have more money and more leverage to reach your customer and implement a right strategy and marketing campaign.
So after what my colleague said about the position of what we want to bring Yellowtail, we do not want to change the price because you've put work in the past years to put your product in the right section, in the right segmentation of the product. So we don't think that the price is something really relevant in the next years for the volume of the sales in the next years. So we want to change the perception and the value that we will bring to the product instead of the price. So how we're going to bring the money to put in advertising and to put more value in the product. We know that we are facing in some crisis years in the next years, 2008, 2009. That will be the key years for a product to stay on the top, to stay on the leader of the market. So where are we going to find the money? We've seen in the case that we have a lot of problems of using our fermentation tanks, that we only been using them for 2 months out of 12. So the fixed cost of that is not distributed properly among the products. So for example, if we have 20,000 of fermentation tanks and we can only distribute them and put them in 2 months of product, the fixed cost is really high. So we do not have the right margin to put some advertising. So the plan here, the strategy is to use 2 months of them, of course, to do our own products, to our own wines as well. But we can find some other producers, some other family business that is non-competitors with us to make them use our fermentation tanks to have a better distribution of the fixed costs. So that will bring us a better margin for the distributor and the manufacturer to put money on the advertising as well. So I've put some examples, some beer, liquor, and specialized drinks that need to ferment their product as well. And they can only import the product in our company, and we have the expertise and we have the right people to do it. So why not make money out of it? So that's the main part here. So how, why, and when are we doing that? So how, with association and commissions, we've seen that in the past year, Dutch found the right partner, Castle Wines, with the Australian Trade Commission. Why not do the same with other family businesses among the planet? And we have the Bureau of Alcohol too that can bring us maybe some contacts, and we have a lot of contacts in Europe as well with Bill in the Dutch family. Why are we doing this? Like I said, to have a greater distribution of our fixed costs, and we want to have money to implement the marketing strategy because we won't find money in the tree. So if we want money to do it properly, like my colleague will present to you later. When are we doing this? Right now, because it will take some time to find the right partners that will share our values, and we want to have a long-term perspective, like for partnership we have with Dirch and Castle of Wines. So right now, and to, like I said, to invest this money into marketing campaign.
So let's talk marketing now. As my colleague said, we want to create more value to your product. We want to increase our share and consolidate our position in the US market that is now facing a crisis. So we believe that marketing will be very important. You already have a very strong marketing campaign and marketing activities that are already in place in your company. But we think you should focus on segmentation. So have two different campaigns that will particularly be to the millennials or to baby boomers. So recent market research has shown that your core customer, your customer base right now is baby boomers. But we also believe that you should target more the millennials. So millennials is a growing segment of the population, and it will be important in the future years if you want to build a core base of customers that will grow with your brand to focus on this segment also. So what we think is building two different campaigns that will be distributed onto two different channels. So the traditional marketing and marketing on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So the first campaign will be the big success campaign. It will be targeted to the millennials. We also believe that we can split your different type of products. So you have the 750 milliliters bottles, so the regular bottles, but you also have the biggest bottles, the 1 liter bottles, or 1.5 liters. So we think for the millennials, you can focus on your big format, like your bigger bottle, and we can launch the Big Success campaign to promote a big success with big bottle of wine. This Big Success campaign will be more focused on the big phases of the important phases of life, so such as graduation, first job, first promotion, so you can celebrate with your friends. You have a lot of friends, you have a big important stage of lives, which will come with your big bottle of wine. We also believe that that we can consolidate your baby boomers consumer base in focusing on quality and family. So we know that baby boomers are all parents, they have children, and you have a partner in the United States who has a family business, third and second generation. Both of you have third and second generations businesses. So we believe that it's very interesting for your customer to know your own success story, your own family success story. So we can put that in front and do promotion on that. So that will be the main idea for the baby boomers strategies. How we can do that in the next year? So first, as my colleague said, we need to negotiate a long-term partnership with local partners in Australia to reuse and use during the months that you have all this equipment that is just there doing nothing. So we believe we can find long-term partnerships to try to find a little bit of money over there to financiate rest of the strategy. So we do that first, then we can increase the US distributor margin, and that will let us build these two major marketing campaigns. And then when this very big corporate marketing campaign will end, when the crisis in the United States will stabilize, then the market will stabilize, you will have, as my colleague said, you are in growth, but you will then reach maturity. Then we think you can use that margin you give to your distributor to invest in ERD, as my colleague Alex will explain.
So for the long-term perspective, like my colleague said, in mid-term perspective, we're looking at developing a high-quality wine. So we've seen with the numbers in the last years that we have maybe some problem in the volume with the low quality wine, the specialized one with the low quality one. But the high quality and the luxury one is growing in terms of volume and in terms of price. So it's something that we can bring on something more interesting, and we have the expertise and the reputation to do it. We've talked about it, and maybe we need to change the mid-yellowtail marketing as well, because we want to bring another product that is not in the same segment. So we want to maybe add something close to yellowtail, but not really the same name, because we want to focus on another part of the segment of the market in the United States and the world. So when we will reach the maturity, like my colleague said, it will be important to lower the margin that we will do on yellowtails, and put some of that money in R&D to look for a better segment in luxury. Not a better, but another segment that we can diversify our portfolio of wines. And after that, in the long-term perspective, having close to 100% of your own lands, we've seen that you are actually using lands that is not maybe yours, but you are allocating some resources to loan one. As a family business, we want to have something more of our own, because we want to control the quality, and we want to lend something with lower risk to the next generation. So in the long-term perspective, we want to maybe invest into our own lands to control the quality and to keep the expertise in your company. And finally, weather insurance. We've seen that the weather has a high impact on the volume we may sell in a year. So if you want to reduce the risk in a long-term perspective, we may want to look at the weather insurance. Because maybe that will cost something, of course, but we will reduce the risk to a lower to something really low, and to give something more secure to the next generation. Because if we lend our company to the next generation, and in the first 3 years we have bad weather, and the first 3 years, that will be disastrous for companies. So we want to secure something, and we want to lend something really strong to our family.
So, as a reminder, what we're looking to do is really simple. We want at first to lower the cost to give a better margin to our distributors, so they have leverage to reach the right customer for our product. We want to use your sunk cost that you have with some of your engine that is not being used all the year, so you're using it 15%. We want you to use them at 100%, so you get more money for what you invest in. And at last, we want to make a right marketing campaign that will be used during the growth of your product. When we reach the maturity, the product will be known. Then you keep the margin for you, and you use this margin that you use to give to the distributors to put in R&D, to create a new product, to go reach a new segment that you didn't touch right now in the US market.
So, thank you.
So we are open for the question and
Questions?
I do have a question in terms of the mandate and your point of view. Maybe are you talking to us as a Casella group or the Dutch group?
We merged a strategy to be shared, like I said, in the stakeholders. We think the strategy is shared between both. So we are looking something both in a long-term perspective, and we share the same strategy as well. So we want both of them to have success in the market. So we do not specify on Casella and Dutch. We found the strategy to make both of them happy and to have a growth in terms of sales in both of them.
Do you think it addresses mostly problems with the Casella group because of the tank strategy, or?
The tank strategy is mainly for Casella, of course, but that will bring even more money for both of them to implement the marketing strategy, because we want both of them to make decisions in the promoting strategy. So of course the tanks is focused on Casella, but that will bring more money, more power to both of them to promote the product in the United States. So maybe yes, the tank strategy is more focused on Casella.
We want to increase the profit by reducing the sunk costs that you have with this unused engine.
Yeah.
The capacity, exactly.
I have a question. What happened to Generation X? I'm a Generation Xer and you skipped me. There's millennials, baby boomers, and in between there's a whole generation.
Well, the two campaign will reach a lot of customers. You will be included in both, but we want to focus on these two segments as they will reach all the possible customer, because we use all the media. So it will be radio, television, but we know that some of these two segments use more specific channel. So by using all of them, we know that we're going to reach all the market.
And your motivation for choosing those two? Just out of curiosity.
We think that millennials is a segment to focus on, as you have a modern design. Like some of your marketing activities right now are already targeted to the millennial segment, and we believe that if millennials choose your wine right now, they will follow you for the rest of the for the following years, such as the baby boomers did when you first targeted them when they were at a younger age. So that's the main idea there, to focus on the millennials. And then we choose the baby boomers, that is already your core base consumer, like your consumer base right now. But of course, it's not just like millennials, it's people that have a house, families living in not like very urban area, but suburbs.
Yeah, what we've seen in the case and what you've told us is that the fidelity of the product is really high, so why not focus a main part of our strategy to the youngest people and to bring them with us along their lives as well.
So the wine market analysis, you have a graph with some lines. So how did you place this, how did you create this graph?
This one?
Yes, why do you see Yellowtail as being
Well,
a very low value wine?
Well, we know that Chardonnay, Shiraz, and Yellowtail are sell similarly the same price, around $5 or $6.99. That is the low value segment in wine, but also the high quality. So what we did is that we know that the product is well known right now, and we don't want to move the price as you are targeting the right segment. So what we want you to do is to hide the perception of your customer on the value of your product. So they know that you have the best product. So by going on the right, you're increasing the value of your product, but we keep the exact same price as your Chardonnay and Shiraz. And as you can see, the Caramar is one of the problem with this product, is that the value, the perception of the customer is that this product is not worth the price that they pay. So we want to put a high value and a high value good price for your product, as is what you're looking for. And most of all, we know that you have the profit in mind, but you always keep the person and the people in the center of your strategy, as you want them to have good one, good price, and high quality. So,
if I can add something, we first also make this graphic, we put low value, mid value, high value, luxury in the graphic, and after we position the wine industry, the wine competitors in the graphic. So we put the Yellowtail, Chardonnay, Shiraz on the low value, and Caramar maybe mid value, but the value is not that high. But like I said, we just want to move the value and not touch the price, because the price won't change anything, because we position the Yellowtail product at the same price, and we don't think this is the right thing to do at the moment.
C'est la fin des périodes de questions.